And our next question is, do you believe that the Menlo Park Fire Protection District is prepared for a catastrophic event? Why or why not? And we'll start with Jack Nelson.
I think any fire district, any municipality can only be as prepared as its resources. Define catastrophic. Are we talking about an earthquake? Are we talking about a hurricane? Are we talking about a tsunami? It depends on what the catastrophe is, and based on the budget, the high level of training that we have and we will maintain, I feel that our district is as well prepared as any district in the state. And after seeing several major incidences, like in LA when the Union Pacific Metroliner train crashed, I asked the chief, are we prepared for something like that? As best we can. The entire area, the mutual aid program, mutual aid with Santa Clara County, etc. We're as well prepared as a fire district and as an area as we can be. Not knowing what the definition of catastrophic is.
Thank you. Stephen Knoxheim.
Well, I'm going to give you two answers, depending on what you consider the Menlo Park Fire District to be. I think this department is as prepared as it can be. I think they've got a lot of contingency plans. They do training for these kinds of things, and so whether it's some sort of a catastrophic thing in the bay, or whether it's a major earthquake, this department is prepared to deal with that. However, if we're talking about the people in the district, most of the people are totally ill-prepared. So if there happened to be a catastrophic event like a major earthquake, quite frankly, I think the district would be responding to the hospitals and schools. And I live out on Walsh Road, and I don't think we would probably see anybody for a while because there are more important things to do. So one of my major concerns is how do we get the population of the district to prepare for these things so that they can exist on their own and do what they have to do for the 2 or 3, whatever weeks it's going to be until things start to get back to normal.
Thank you. James Harris.
Yeah, I think clearly in this area we all are aware of the imminence of a major earthquake, and from what I've heard in the committee meetings, I think that the chief is doing as good a job as we can expect given our resources. Clearly, Stephen's point about the civilian population is a good one, and one that from a return on investment standpoint is we could probably spend more money on educating the populace in terms of what could be done. I think I was with my son this weekend, and he was talking about catastrophic events in Washington, which take on a different nature, which we, from a terrorist standpoint, which I don't think we have addressed, but again, might be something that we want to consider.
Thank you, and Rexford Ianson will be next.
Considering if you have a disaster, whether it's a disaster that's localized or whether it's a catastrophic disaster, I think the people that are here are better than well prepared. I think our administration is better than well prepared. Where the failure comes is that, to be quite honest with you, is that some of the resources that the other cities are going to ask for, the cities that we serve in the county, they're not prepared. I think some of the resources that are expected to come here are not going to make it. For what we can do locally, I think we're better than prepared, but we're going to run out of resources real fast, and that's been recognized and that's been put down in the plan, and we all know that. You can try and educate the public as much as you want, but if you don't get a response back from them when it comes time and that event happens, is the people here will perform above average, but they're going to run out of resources very soon.
Thank you. Our next speaker is John Mosby.
Thank you, Rex. As a CERT instructor for the district, we've trained over 600 civilians, residents in emergency preparedness, thanks to the district board's foresight in starting this program and maintaining it. That's not a drop in the bucket. We have the district covers 93,000 people. On an average, there's 27 firefighters on duty at any point in time, roughly. They're booked. The schools, hospitals, mass casualties. We're on our own for a little while, folks. You ought to take the training. It's sponsored by your fire department. It's free. There's brochures on the table outside. Get trained.
Thank you. And finally, Robert Solano.
Well, being chief of threat intelligence for this region, for the state of California, kind of falls within my realm. First, this fire department is a leader in disaster preparedness. Okay, we're nationwide known because of the district board and the fire chief and his staff and his firefighters. That's the first thing. Secondly, they constantly train. When I was at NASA Ames, we have the building structure site, the class building structure site. Menlo Fire is out there all the time training. That's why training is so important. And because of Katrina, we need to have a good first responder base. And we're very lucky and blessed in this area to have that with our fire department here.
Thank you.
So we're best prepared as we can be.
Thank you very much.